We've all been there, staring at a mountain of notes, wondering how we'll ever remember it all for the big exam. Whether it's tricky formulas, endless dates, or random facts, memorizing can feel overwhelming. But what if there were simple, science-backed hacks to make it easier? Today, we're diving into 5 genius memory techniques that can help you remember everything you need for your exams. Let's start by understanding why our brains sometimes struggle to retain information and how the right strategies can make a world of difference. One of the most effective memory hacks is association. Our brains are wired to connect new information to things we already know. For example, if you're trying to remember a historical date, link it to a personal event or a familiar number. This technique turns abstract facts into relatable stories, making them much easier to recall during exams. By building these mental bridges, you'll find that remembering complex information becomes less daunting and more intuitive. Have you ever noticed how phone numbers are split into smaller groups? That's chunking in action. Our brains can only hold a limited amount of information at once, so breaking big topics into smaller, manageable chunks makes studying far more effective. For example, instead of memorizing a long list of elements, group them by category or function. This method not only helps you remember more but also reduces stress and boosts your confidence as you study. Visualization is a powerful memory tool. When you turn information into vivid mental images, your brain finds it easier to recall. For example, if you're memorizing a process, picture each step as a scene in a movie. The more colorful and detailed your mental images, the better. This technique works especially well for subjects like biology, geography, or history, where you can imagine diagrams, maps, or historical events unfolding in your mind. Mnemonic devices are classic memory aids that never go out of style. Whether it's acronyms, rhymes, or catchy phrases, mnemonics help you encode information in a memorable way. For example, to remember the order of mathematical operations, you might use the phrase, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." These clever tricks make recalling lists, sequences, or formulas much simpler, especially under exam pressure. Spaced repetition is a scientifically proven method for long-term retention. Instead of cramming all your studying into one session, review material at increasing intervals over time. This approach strengthens your memory by forcing your brain to retrieve information repeatedly, making it less likely to forget. Apps and flashcards are great tools for implementing spaced repetition, helping you master even the toughest subjects. Active recall is all about testing yourself instead of just rereading notes. When you try to retrieve information from memory, you strengthen those neural connections. This could mean covering up your notes and reciting facts, answering practice questions, or teaching the material to someone else. The more you actively engage with the content, the more likely you are to remember it during the exam. Mind maps are a fantastic way to organize and visualize complex information. By laying out topics and subtopics in a branching diagram, you can see how ideas connect and reinforce each other. This not only helps with memorization but also with understanding the bigger picture. Mind mapping is especially useful for subjects that require you to see relationships, like biology, literature, or history. Turning facts into stories is a powerful way to make them stick. Our brains are naturally drawn to narratives, so try weaving information into a story format. For example, if you need to remember a sequence of events, imagine them as chapters in a book. This approach makes even the driest material more engaging and memorable, helping you recall details when it matters most. One of the best ways to cement knowledge is to teach it to someone else. Explaining concepts in your own words forces you to process and organize information deeply. Whether you're tutoring a friend or just talking to yourself, this method highlights gaps in your understanding and helps you fill them before the exam. Staying focused for long periods can be tough, but the Pomodoro Technique makes it easier. Study for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. This cycle keeps your mind fresh and prevents burnout. After 4 cycles, take a longer break. This method not only boosts productivity but also helps your brain consolidate information between sessions. Never underestimate the power of a good night's sleep. While you rest, your brain processes and stores new information. Pulling all-nighters might seem productive, but they actually harm your memory. Prioritize sleep, especially before exams, to give your brain the best chance to retain what you've learned. What you eat can impact your memory. Healthy snacks like nuts, berries, and dark chocolate provide brain-boosting nutrients. Avoid sugary or heavy foods that can make you feel sluggish. Staying hydrated is also key. Drink plenty of water to keep your mind sharp during study sessions. Physical activity isn't just good for your body, it's great for your brain too. Short walks, stretching, or even a quick workout can increase blood flow and improve concentration. Incorporate movement into your study routine to refresh your mind and enhance memory retention. A cluttered environment can make it harder to focus and remember information. Find a quiet, organized space to study, turn off notifications, and keep your phone out of reach. By minimizing distractions, you'll create the ideal conditions for your brain to absorb and retain new material. Color coding your notes can make information stand out and easier to recall. Assign different colors to topics, formulas, or dates. This visual cue helps your brain categorize and retrieve information quickly, especially during stressful exam moments. Practicing retrieval means regularly testing yourself on the material. Use practice quizzes, flashcards, or recite facts from memory. This active engagement strengthens your recall abilities and prepares you for the pressure of exam conditions. Studying with others can expose you to new perspectives and fill in gaps in your knowledge. Group discussions and quizzes make learning interactive and memorable. Just be sure to stay focused and avoid turning study sessions into social gatherings. Connecting abstract concepts to real-life examples makes them easier to understand and remember. Try relating theories or formulas to everyday situations. This practical approach helps anchor information in your memory, making it more accessible during exams. Repetition is one of the oldest and most reliable memory techniques. Go over your notes multiple times and don't be afraid to revisit challenging topics. Each review strengthens your memory, making it easier to recall information when you need it most. Analogies help you understand and remember complex ideas by comparing them to something familiar. For example, think of the heart as a pump or electricity as water flowing through pipes. These comparisons make abstract concepts more concrete and memorable. Recording yourself reading notes or explaining concepts can be a great way to reinforce memory. Listen to these recordings during commutes or while doing chores. Hearing information in your own voice helps reinforce learning and makes use of otherwise idle time. Flashcards are a tried-and-true study tool. Write questions on one side and answers on the other. Regularly testing yourself with flashcards helps you identify weak areas and reinforces your memory through active recall. After reading a section of your textbook or notes, pause and summarize the main points in your own words. This forces you to process the information deeply and ensures you truly understand the material, making it easier to remember later. There are countless apps designed to help you study smarter. From flashcard apps to spaced repetition tools, technology can make memorization more efficient and even fun. Explore different options to find what works best for your learning style. A positive mindset can make a big difference in your ability to remember information. Believe in your capacity to learn and improve. When you approach studying with confidence, your brain is more receptive to new information and less likely to be blocked by anxiety. Before each study session, set specific goals for what you want to accomplish. This keeps you focused and motivated, making your study time more productive. Clear goals also help you track your progress and celebrate small wins along the way. A quick review of your notes before bed can help reinforce what you've learned. Your brain continues to process information while you sleep, so this simple habit can lead to better retention and recall the next day. Keeping your study materials organized saves time and reduces stress. Use folders, binders, or digital tools to keep track of notes, assignments, and resources. An organized approach makes it easier to find what you need and keeps your mind clear for learning. Simulate exam conditions by timing yourself and working in a quiet space. This helps you get comfortable with the pressure and format of the real test, making it easier to recall information when it counts. Reward yourself for reaching study milestones. Whether it's a small treat, a break, or a fun activity, positive reinforcement keeps you motivated and makes studying feel less like a chore. Approach your studies with curiosity. Ask questions, explore topics beyond the syllabus, and seek to understand the why behind the facts. Curiosity makes learning more enjoyable and helps information stick. Trying to juggle multiple tasks at once can actually hinder your memory. Focus on one subject or topic at a time to maximize retention. Single tasking allows your brain to process and store information more effectively. Engage as many senses as possible while studying. Read aloud, draw diagrams, or use physical objects to illustrate concepts. The more senses you involve, the stronger your memory connections become. Consistency is key to building strong memory habits. Set a regular study schedule and stick to it. Even short daily sessions are more effective than occasional marathon study days. Take a moment to imagine yourself succeeding in your exams. Visualization can boost your confidence and reduce anxiety, making it easier to recall information when you need it most. If a particular memory technique isn't working for you, don't be afraid to try something new. Everyone's brain is different, and finding the right combination of strategies is key to effective studying. Take time to reflect on what you've learned and how far you've come. Reviewing your progress helps reinforce memory and keeps you motivated to keep going, even when the material gets tough. Don't hesitate to reach out if you're struggling with a topic. Teachers, classmates, or tutors can offer explanations and tips that make difficult material easier to remember. Collaboration often leads to deeper understanding. Exam nerves can block your memory, so practice calming techniques like deep breathing or positive self-talk. Staying calm helps you access the information you've worked so hard to memorize. After practice tests or quizzes, review your mistakes carefully. Understanding where you went wrong helps you avoid similar errors in the future and reinforces the correct information in your memory. Keep your motivation high by reminding yourself of your goals and the rewards of success. Visual reminders, inspirational quotes, or a study buddy can help you stay on track, even when motivation dips. All work and no play can actually hurt your memory. Make time for relaxation and hobbies to give your brain a break. A balanced routine keeps you energized and ready to tackle new material. Every step forward is worth celebrating. Acknowledge your hard work and improvements, no matter how small. Celebrating progress keeps you motivated and builds a positive association with studying. On exam day, trust your preparation and use your memory hacks with confidence. Skim through your notes, stay calm, and remember to breathe. With these strategies, you're ready to tackle any exam and remember everything you need. Good luck, you've got this.